someone had posted on Facebook a question out to sort of their Facebook friends. And the question was, I can't remember exactly what the question was, but it was something like, if you could go back in time, what would you tell your younger self, your unmarried, pre-kids self? I can't obviously jump back in time and talk with my early 20s self or, teenage self or whatever. But I thought maybe some of you guys could actually benefit from some of this. So this is what I would say to my younger self, okay?
Do not ignore the red flags.
Okay? Do not ignore the red flags. They are waving for a reason. In relationships, whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend relationship, whether it's just friendships, okay? Family members, it could be anybody, really. But in relationships, sometimes we get those red flags. And I know, at least if I'm talking to my younger self, I had a habit and have really always since I was a teenager, had a habit of ignoring the red flags, ignoring the things that I would see, because I would see the good things in these people and I would see their potential. And here's the thing about potential, first of all. Potential is just that. It's potential. It's great to see potential in people, but it's not who a person is, it's who they could be. And so they're not the same thing. And honestly, sometimes what someone could be is not who they actually want to be. Sometimes, maybe they will one day. Maybe they never will, but that's not something that you or I can ever change about a person. We can pray for them and we can encourage them. We can't change them. That's something that only God can do. God can change them. God can open up their hearts and their minds, and hopefully one day they will have that willing and obedient and ready heart to be able to change and to actually fulfill their potential. But you don't know if they ever will. And so it is just that. We shouldn't stop seeing potential in people, but I just want to put that out there. It's not who a person is, it's who they could be. And so we don't need to just let seeing someone's potential be the thing that controls whether or not we stay in a relationship with someone. And so you have to know this, okay? You have to know, first of all, that sometimes being a good friend means putting up boundaries. And sometimes being a good friend means stepping out of the relationship, stepping away from the relationship entirely. I know that's not always easy to do. Sometimes I think we think, well, I'm being a good friend because I'm trying to be a good influence on them, but there's just a point where you're just not. They're actually damaging you. So I think a lot of times, people will say, well, red flags, they'll say intuition or their gut feeling or whatever, but sometimes it's the Holy Spirit that is revealing things to us and saying, hey, you know what? Something is not right here. And you may not even know what it is right away, but you have something in your brain that you're like, that's telling you, hey, you need to be on the lookout. You need to be aware of what's going on with this person. And don't just look for the bad stuff. That's not what he's saying. But he's saying, hey, just be aware and be on guard and look around you and kind of watch what's going on here. And sometimes those red flags just come up right away and you can see them. And when you see them, you don't disregard them. Instead, to continue to ask the Lord for wisdom and ask him for strength to be able to do what it is that you need to do in those relationships. Maybe you've seen those red flags pop up and maybe you've ignored them and you have a story to share about that. Maybe you've seen the red flags pop up and you acted on it and you decided to put boundaries up or step away from the relationship and you learned from that. I'd love to hear your stories about that. So stick around, subscribe, share with your friends, get them in on the conversation, and you can comment below, and I'll see you guys again soon. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.